Welcome, welcome, welcome to today's podcast episode. Appreciate you guys being here. The title of this is the number one thing you must do right now. And the reason why I titled that is I sat and thought about it a lot. What do I want to talk about in today's podcast? And it kept coming up that you guys are in direct opposition of what you've been asking for. You are in direct opposition of what you've been asking for. You keep asking for all these things. You keep writing them down in your journals. You keep saying your affirmations around them, but there is absolutely no emotion attached to it. They're just words coming out your mouth, so to speak. I see so many clients that tell me what they desire. And we put together a game plan, so to speak. And then we have a follow-up call, and they're not doing any of it. They might be doing a little bit, like they might be journaling or saying their affirmations, but they're not in it. They're not all in on it. They're not dedicated to it. It's almost like it needs to be a convenience in order for me to do the things. And you have to get really comfortable with being uncomfortable, because changing your life is not convenient. You know it's convenient? Sitting your ass on the couch and doing nothing and hoping things will change. That's convenient. The easy way is convenient. It is hard. It is hard to change your life. It is hard to take full-on responsibility for everything that happens to you, for you, by you. It is difficult to sit in the chair and get really real with yourself and fully accept the responsibility for your choices. And this isn't a talk about cause and effect. This is more of a talk about getting real with yourself, being honest with yourself, telling the truth. Because if you're hoping and wishing and praying for things to change and you're not willing to do anything about it in a way that's actually going to matter, then you're just fooling yourself and you're going to lose trust with yourself. You're going to say things like, I'm going to write my goals down and I'm going to get up every single morning and I'm going to do my morning routine. I'm going to journal and I'm going to meditate for 15 minutes and nobody's going to get me till I get me. And I'm going to make sure that I do my checkup from the neck up and I'm going to present myself to the world in the best way and the most positive attitude I can. And you can say all those things and you can have an intention to do those things. But if you don't actually do them, they mean nothing. Actually, it will hurt you more than it will ever help you. It will hurt you because your brain will get trained to not trust you anymore. Because as soon as you say you're going to do something, your brain's going to call bullshit. No, you're not. You didn't do it last time, and you didn't do it the time before. You say you're going to, but you never do. And when you lose trust with yourself, it is all downhill. Like it is just, things will fall apart very quickly. You'll start being a magnet to things that make you not trust even more. In other words, you will be the mirror image of what you're receiving. You will be the direct reflection of it. You know, there's nothing more heartbreaking to me as a coach than to have a client that wants to change their life and we brainstorm and we put together a plan and then we just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. That cycle just continues like this vicious circle of I'm going to do it. No, I'm not. I'm going to do it. No, I'm not. I'm going to do it. No, I'm not. Or we come to an understanding. We come to the understanding that what actions I'm currently taking, what I'm really doing in my life isn't serving me anymore. And I know I need to make different choices, and I know I need to move in that direction. In other words, I need to make better choices that are in alignment with my desires, so I'm on the same page. But there's something in us, and maybe it's because it's hard. There's something in us that's just like, I want to, and I know how to, but I just fight myself on it. I'm in this constant battle with myself. I know what I should do, and I know how to do it, but it's really painful. And I see this a lot in people with relationships. They'll be in a relationship that isn't healthy, where one person is the giver all the time, and the other one is kind of taking, but it's a manipulative type of thing. So you have one person that's giving and the other one that's receiving, and the other one that's receiving knows what buttons to push on you. They know what to say to get you to do what they want you to do. They know what to say. Like, they'll say things like that you want to hear, like, I love you. I don't know where you've been all my life. You are such a godsend, and you're such an angel. And I can't wait till we can be together all the time. And I can get my feet back under me, and I can start, taking care of you because you've taken care of me. And you're like, yeah, that sounds good. And so you keep giving, and they keep taking, and they keep talking, and you keep giving, and they keep taking, and they keep talking. And that cycle continues because there's a part of you that is not giving yourself what you need. And so you're seeking it from someone else. In other words, you're not feeling worthy or deserve it enough. You don't feel enough love. You don't feel like, you're always looking for someone else to give you the feelings and the emotions that you so deeply desire, because it's like a validation thing. Like, if they say it and they feel it about me, it must be true. And if it's true, then maybe I can start accepting, man, you know what, I do give a lot, and I do these things for the people. And I do take care of that person. And someday they're going to be able to take care of me in the same way. They're going to return the favor, so to speak. But normally what happens is that never happens. And the next thing you know, you turn around and you find yourself in this deep, deep hole, whether it be physically or emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And then you get super hard on yourself. Then you get hard on yourself, and you're like, see, you're an idiot. You should have known. You should have seen the red flags. You should have known. And it's easy for us. Hindsight's 2020. It's easy for us to look back on things and go, yep, I should have seen it. I should have known better. I knew it in the moment, and I should have acted on that feeling, and I didn't. And now this is where I am. And you beat yourself up, and you beat yourself up, and you beat yourself up. Or really what happens is you beat yourself down, and you beat yourself down, and you beat yourself down until someone else comes along that lifts you up and makes you feel good and tells you all the things that you want to hear because it makes you feel a certain way, until you get to the point where you're repeating the cycle again. All of a sudden you find yourself giving to that person. You're helping out financially. You're doing all the things for them. You're waiting on them hand and foot. Because you like the praise, you like or they're not giving you praise and you desire it so much that you go overboard in giving so that they will praise you. Like, you keep going until you're getting what you want from that person. And when you don't get it, then you get upset by it. And this is all looking inward, guys. This is all about your decisions that you're making. It's the decisions that You've got to know you and why you're doing the things you're doing. What are you looking for? Because everything you're looking for is inside. If you're looking for the external things to make you feel a certain way, you're going to be looking for a lifetime, because you'll get it and then you'll lose it. And then you'll get it and then you'll lose it. And then you'll get it and then you'll lose it. And you will be chasing the emotions your whole entire life. You'll catch up to it, you'll get it, and then you'll either get bored with it, or you'll be looking for another mountain to climb, another emotion to feel, and you'll go chasing after that. This is why a lot of relationships don't last. This is why a lot of people don't hold on to their finances. It's called sabotage. We sabotage ourselves a lot. Just when things start getting good, we start throwing a wrench into things mentally with our thoughts. And as we throw a wrench into things, things go in the opposite direction. So the number one thing that you must do now, is you've got to come clean. You got to come clean and get real with yourself and take a look at what you're currently doing and the results you're getting from it. You got to get clear. You got to really fess up and get honest with yourself. I'll give you an example. So, when I was younger, my parents, more so my mom than my dad, liked to gamble. They liked to play slot machines. They liked to go to the casino. Now, we lived in Northern California, and back then the closest casinos were either in Lake Tahoe, Nevada, or Reno, Nevada. And so we would make trips as a family when I was young, and they would normally, from my recollection of the past, they would go to a casino called Circus. And upstairs, usually in the casino, they had this big arcade area where all the kids would go, and the parents would give them some money, and they would go up there and play for a few hours while the parents went down and gambled. It was like a babysitting thing, right? This is a long time ago. And I remember my parents going there, and my brother and I going upstairs and doing the arcade thing. And every couple of hours, either my mom or dad would come up, and sometimes my older sister. My sister was 13 years older than me. And every once in a while, they'd come back up and they'd say, "How you doing? You need any more money? Are you good?" Or "We're out of money. We lost it all. We got to go," type thing. This is, one or the other. And so then as I got older, as an adult, my dad had already passed by the time I was 24. But I remember going with my mom, and I remember going to places like Virginia City. And I remember going and walking on those wooden sidewalks and going into the old saloons. And they always had, my mom would call them the one-arm bandits, and she'd feed it quarters and pull the thing and hopefully hit like a little $37.50 jackpot. $37.50, by the way, jackpot. That was a big deal. And I remember the bells and the lights and the sounds and all the things, right? And that was when I was in my 20s. In my 30s, I developed a love for gambling. And it wasn't just slot machines. It wasn't just casinos. It was gambling in every area of my life. I would take these huge, uncalculated risks just to see if I would get a payoff on it. I would make these decisions in my life not using any type of common sense whatsoever. They were definitely not intentional decisions. They were a full out, "I'm just going to do it" type of decision. And it never came out very well. And I remember not that long ago, it's probably been, how long has it been? 15 years or so, maybe. They had, when the iPhones came out, I know they came out in like 2007, but this is about 15 years ago. There was a gambling app, like a slot machine, slot casino app for your phone. And I'm like, oh, that sounds fun. Like I could just play on it and just, it wasn't for real money, but you could play on it and do some things and have some fun, play little fake slot machines. But what I realized is that slowly had me thinking in my mind about gambling all the time. It was a constant reminder. My brain was dropping dopamine just by playing an app on my phone. And dopamine is the motivational chemistry in your brain. It's the one that's like, ooh, yeah, let's do that. It's like the adrenaline dopamine chemical. And next thing you know, I'm driving an hour and a half, 2 hours to go to a casino to spend $100. And it wasn't about winning money. It was about the feeling I got when you would win. So the more I played the app, the more I had the craving to do it in real life. And once I realized that and was like, you know what, this doesn't serve me. This is not a road I should be going down. I should probably stop it now. And so the first thing I did was delete the app. Because I would find myself going to bed at night, laying in bed, and to help me fall asleep, I would mindless stuff, play the slot machines on my freaking phone till I got tired, and then I would just put the phone away. And in my mind, I was justifying it by like, well, it helps me sleep. But then I'm in that meditative state all night with the dopamine dropping. And then when I wake up, the first thing I'm thinking about is maybe I should go to the casino. Not right. So you could see how the addiction could happen very quickly. And I knew that. So I just deleted the app. Cold turkey, done. It doesn't serve me anymore. I know a lot of people that have issues spending. Retail therapy. And if I were to look at your phone, I would be willing to bet that there's an Amazon app on your phone. So easy, right in front of you. You see it. You think about it. You have one bad day and you need retail therapy. And so it's just as easy to grab your phone and go, let me just do a little, I'm just going to look. I'm just going to look. What do we got here? Oh, look at that. Oh, that's cute. I think I'll get that. And then we have what is commonly known as buyer's remorse. Delete the app. Make it harder on yourself. That way, if there's actually something you do need to buy, you can actually go to the Amazon website, even on your phone. I do not have the Amazon app on my phone. I have Amazon Music on my phone, but I do not have the Amazon app on my phone. If I want to buy something on Amazon, I actually have to go to the website intentionally. But it's out of sight, out of mind. But those are decisions that you have to make. You can't hope and wish and pray that you won't spend money anymore. You can't hope and wish and pray that you won't gamble anymore. You can't hope and wish and pray that, you won't, whatever it is. You have to do fucking something about it. And it has to be intentional. So you have to get real with yourself. The number one thing that you must do is get real with yourself. You've got to recognize your weaknesses. You have to recognize your habits. You have to recognize your beliefs. And you have to go to work on them every day. It is not easy. It is uncomfortable, but it must be done if you want your life to be different. I will end with this statement. If it was easy to have everything that you ever wanted, if it was easy to have and to get everything you ever wanted, everybody would have what they wanted. Are you picking up what I'm throwing down? If it was easy, everybody would have what they wanted. The hard, if I'm quoting A League of Their Own and Tom Hanks, the hard is what makes it great, because not everybody will do the hard, but the hard gives you a deep level of satisfaction and an amazing amount of empowerment. I saw a quote that said, the quote said, the problem is that nobody thinks they should have any problems. The problem is that nobody thinks they should have any. And that's really true. We play the victim. This shouldn't be happening to me. I shouldn't have these kind of problems. Life should be easy. Life is meant to be easy. It's not meant to struggle. It's not meant to be hard. Yeah, it's meant to be hard so that you can show gratitude when it is easy. Without the hard, you wouldn't even know what easy was. Without the pain, you wouldn't know what the ease was. Without the misery, you wouldn't know what happiness was. It's meant and designed to be that way. And you get to decide how you want it to go. You get to be a witness to the contrast and decide which way you want to go. This life is designed to be difficult so that you can make decisions and create a life of ease because you have chosen it from the contrast of the hard. But the hard has to be there. The hard must be there. The hard will always be there. Sorry, the kids are here. If you can hear them in the background, they're having a good old time. Good for them. They're expressing themselves in joy and happiness. And who am I to rain on their parade? That is a good example in itself. There are a lot of people that have to have complete and utter silence when they're doing a podcast. I can let these kids run around screaming and yelling, expressing themselves in pure joy and happiness, and I can look at it as such instead of being selfish and saying, you guys need to shut up. Can't you see what I'm trying to do? See, in that moment, I get to choose. Things aren't supposed to be all rainbows and butterflies all the time. How you react to situations matter. So, let me know how you feel about everything that I've said today. And if you really want to know how powerful you are, then in the comments or in the description of this podcast, I'm going to put a link to a free ebook that you can download. And it's 11 manifesting experiments for love, money, and health. And it's my free gift to you. So if you'd like to download it, I'll put the link down here in the description. Feel free to download it. Just enter your email address and I'll send it right to your inbox. Okay? Thank you guys for being here with me today. As always, I know you have a lot of choices when it comes to podcasts and who you listen to. And I appreciate you spending your time with me today. So, with that said, I love you guys. I hope you have an amazing day. Be great, be powerful, and be unstoppable. I'll talk to you soon.